What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I'm back at it again with another video. Now this review I'm doing today is a little bit different than what I was gonna do before. So just a little backstory. I had to take my car into the dealership. I have a lease, so I had to take my car into the dealership for a recall. So I figured, if I'm taking my car in for a recall, why not try to get a review in for y'all while I'm waiting an hour and a half for my car to get done. Be productive today, you know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, I bring you the brand new 2024 Explorer. All right, now 2024 Explorer. This walk around in this car, first glance at this car, I thought instantly, like, it looks so good, man. All the contrasting that they did with this car. This is the XLT, so it is fully loaded on the inside. We will get to that in a second. Now, on the outside of the car, you have this beautiful contrasting in the headlights. So you have this beautiful beam here that goes across the side. You have these beautiful LED lights. This is your low beam, this is your high beam here. You have the Explorer here on the side. I like this touch here. You have this really big and bolstered big front grille, and I like this on this car. Now on the better, now I wouldn't call it the better models, but on the models that have more to them, this grille is all chrome, and that's what I actually like about that car. But I like the small accents of chrome on this one, just because it kind of breaks it up from it being all black. It gives it a little bit of a facelift, if you want to say. You have these new fog lamps here that they put up higher instead of them being down lower, so that gives it a different look as well. Now you also have, this car comes standard with 18-inch rims and tires. This is an upgraded XLT to has a 20-inch tires. Now these 20-inch alloy rims make the car have a total different look. Now if you had the 18-inch rims on there, it would just look very base model-y, which this is. The different models just come with like the sunroof and the leather seats, pretty much. That's pretty much the only difference in between them. You have a running lamp here that is on when your foot is not on the brake. So this here is illuminated when it's not on your foot is not on the brake. I like that as well too. You have pretty big back trunk. It's not that much space because there is a third row in this one, but the third row seats do lay down, so that'll give you a little bit more space for those people who need that more space inside of the car. But as far as the outside of the car, this car is actually really nice looking. I really like the nice features of the chrome accents in the small places that it is. It's not too much chrome. It's not too much going on the car, and it just looks absolutely amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on the inside. Okay, so we're gonna start with the back seat first before we get in the front. Now, as you can see, you have just black leather everywhere on the door. You have black leather here on the door panels. This here is plastic on the door panels, but that's fine because you don't want that to be leather because people kick it to open the door and things like that. But you come inside of the car, look at all the space you have in here. Now this is at my driver setting, right? So that's a lot of space in between there for someone to get back there. Now you have these nice leather seats. This here, the Explorers come standard with the pilot seating. If you want the bench seat, it's extra for a bench seat. So that's the new route that they're going now with these new cars. They're giving you the cabin seating instead of the bench seat. So if you want the bench seat, you can opt in for the bench seat, and the bench seat here and the bench seat in the back. But right now they only offer it in captain seats here, bench seat in the back. Now, another really cool feature about this car, about it in the back seat, that I don't know if a lot of other cars have this yet, but when I do some more reviews, we will see if all the other cars have it. But when you get the cabin seats in the back with this, the cabin seats actually slide forward and slide backwards. Now let me see if I can get this for you guys. You see that? That seat just slid forward to give more space for the person in the third row if you have people in the third row. Now, that is a game changer, because if the seat is not standard, it just sits in one spot and then the person in the back is all smushed. So let's say if you put a smaller person up here, you scoot the seat up, you can fit a taller person in the back and they won't be squished in the back. Or if you put a smaller person in the back, same concept. You scoot the seat back, now you got a bigger person here in the front. So that right there, man, is like the biggest thing for me. Like, that's like A+ right there. Like, I like that they incorporated that into the back end of this car. Now let's hurry up and jump in the front seat. And here we are, front seat. Now, front seat. I know I always talk about the steering wheel, and some people may say, oh, it's not a big deal. This steering wheel is actually really good. I really like this steering wheel. I like the way that it looks. I like how thick the steering wheel is. It doesn't feel like cheap like a lot of other cars feel. You get a more premium feel with this, and I really like that about that Ford has stepped their game up with this steering wheel. Your push to start button is here, so we're gonna turn the car on. You have this nice LED display here in the front. You have LED and analog, so you have the screen here and analog. You have your blinker control here. You have your windshield washer fluids and your windshield wipers here. You also have your lane keep assist, so this will help you stay inside of your lanes. So as you can see, when I hit the button, the lanes come up, the lanes go away. The lanes come up when you hit the button again. Over here to the side, you have your lighting settings. You can have it on auto. Then you hit the button like that, turn on your fog lamps, turn your fog lamps off again as well. This is your dimmer for the brightness for the instrument cluster here. You have your skip buttons, your menu controls here. You have everything you pretty much need. It's all right here on the steering wheel, so you don't really have to do anything to change anything here. I really like this cabin on the front seat. I don't like that you don't have any memory seats on this car. That they should put that into this model, but I'm pretty sure that's probably in a more expensive model that you can get that. Moving over to the infotainment center, that's what we're gonna call it. Infotainment center on the dashboard, man. All right, so you have your caution buttons, your hazard buttons there. So now you have these next buttons here, but what I didn't see I didn't see a CD player in this car, which this probably, when you plug in your phone for Apple CarPlay, you probably can just hit the next button on this piece here and just change the song. You also have heated seats up front, passenger and driver. I like how all this is LED here. You know, you just tap the buttons down. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. You have your you know, all your other settings here. You have your menu button that controls that there, so you can do your climate control with that. You also get a heated steering wheel with the XLT model that I do not have in my car, so that is a good option to have in this model. So you don't have to go up to an expensive model to get this. So you can get the XLT and you can get a heated steering wheel. Now you also have down here some storage compartments. So you have your lighter outlet here. And then you also have your USB jacks down here, so you can plug in your charger here and then have it plug into your phone, and it'll go into the Apple CarPlay and things like that. And then there is some more storage room down here. You can fit a whole cell phone down in there. That's actually pretty dope. You do have cup holders here. The cup holders in this car are really big. So like, this is my blender bottle that fits right into there. You have the turned out. A lot of people do not like the turned out. I actually like the turned out. It makes it look more sleek, more modern, more upgraded, you know, than the shifter, or, you know, the new cars have the little shifter where you just tap it like this and then it goes into gears. I really don't like that, but that's just my personal opinion. I like these shifter knobs here. You have your parking brake here. You have your on and off to turn that off so the car won't shut off at the light and then, you know, turn it back on. You have your different drive modes here. We're going to get into that for a second. You have your hill decrease. So like when you're going downhill, you hit this button and it basically stops the car from going so fast down the hill. It'll kind of control the speed a little bit. You also have your traction control. This is your traction control here. You also, with this car, you get blind side monitoring as well as part of this package here. So you get that as well too. Now, we're gonna go through these drive modes real quick. Now, going through these drive modes, so what you do is you flip the switch and it goes normal, eco, sport, or tow and haul. You have your slippery mode as well for the snow, your trail mode, and then you have your deep snow and sand. So those are all the different, you know, modes that you get, the drive modes that you get. Going over to the ceiling on the car, you have a panel sunroof. So on the sunroof here, you have the shade. It goes there, or it goes all the way back. Now that is a very, very good feature because it will light up the inside of the car. It won't look so dim in the back. You know, you have if you have children or something like that, they can look up. If you guys are driving in a pretty dark area, look up, see the different stars and things like that. Or if it's a very nice and sunny day, you want to have the sunroof open, you open it all the way up, get that sunlight inside of here, man. All right, guys. So this was the 2020 Ford Explorer. I'm glad I got a chance to review it because this is probably gonna be the next car that I lease. Just with having Bryson now, I need a little bit more space with his car seat and things like that. It was great to actually review this car because I'm actually thinking about possibly leasing this car as well. So I'm gonna head back to the dealership now, take it back. I got some more reviews that I'm gonna try to get out of them if they let me, but if not, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.